Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce Spanish 211 to you. This is our home page. Like when you click into Canvas, this is what you're going to see. There's all these little bubbles here. So, and I'll run through each bubble in just a minute. There's a welcome, introduction to the class. Then there's a video that will introduce the class to you, information about the class, how to set yourself up in My Language Labs, a video that explains to you how to get your notifications set up, so that any announcements I put come to your email. Unlike in with Moodle, where it just automatically went there, you have another step to do in Canvas, and contact information and so on. Okay, so I'm going to go back and run through each of these little bubbles, and then I'll run through the class for you. So here's the Start Here bubble that you can look at. It has a lot of the repeat information that's on the home page. These are some slides that introduce you to all the classes. If you click through this, it's just going to give you like contact information, just some of it's, again, repeat information, office hours, things of that nature. Where am I? You also have like our module objectives, another link to the syllabus, our schedule, the welcome video, and the reminding you to complete your census assignments. Okay, so then I'm going to go back to that home page. And this little bar is probably helpful. When you click on it, it gives you some like little navigation tabs. The ones you're probably going to use mostly are like the home page, maybe the syllabus, and probably the modules. So anyway, I'm going to close it so we can see a little bit better. The next bubble you have is instructor information. So when you click on this, it'll take you to a picture of me, my name, email, my location, office hours, phone numbers, an introduction to me, and then again, something that tells you about my contact information. And then we'll go back to the home page again. The next little bubble is the syllabus. If you click on that, it'll take you to your syllabus that you can read through. You can also find your syllabus over here. So let me go back to that home page again. So we went through the syllabus. The next one on there are student resources. This is actually an external link. So instead of having to go back, it's actually just in its own separate tab. So these are just some resources that might be helpful to you guys. The next one is the course schedule. There's this course schedule in the syllabus, but then I also have all these little bubbles that say like week 1 through like week 17. And when you click on them, they're going to take you to a overview page that talks about what you have to do for the week and what you're expected to have learned by completing that particular week's activities. And I'll show you another place where you can find that. Then making accent marks. Students are always asking how to make accent marks. So this takes you again to an outside link. So your home page is still there. I would click on the slideshow, and there's just different ways that this little slideshow, you can click the slides at the bottom, will tell you how to make accent marks because everybody has different devices. So the first one is how to make accents on a PC using an international keyboard. And those are the symbols that you would use. This is how to make accent marks with a Chromebook. This will take you to a link that tells you how to make them if you have a Macintosh. This tells you how to use the emoji keyboard to make accent marks. This one tells you how to use the accent bar in studyspanish.com if you're trying to make them. This one tells you how to use the number pad and cryptic codes. You can already see me like holding it up, but your keyboard, like if you get a wireless keyboard, there's like a number pad and you can use your cryptic codes and then when you have a number pad. If you have a laptop or a computer that doesn't have a number pad, you can't use these cryptic codes. And that's the final way that I know to make accent marks. So anyway, you can go through that and find the different way that would work for you to make accent marks. There's this missing work form. I'm going to leave your work open all the way to December the 1st, and I'm not going to take points off. I used to have now, not that I say, oh, do everything at the last minute. That's not going to work in your favor. You do need to complete stuff on time. But I Moodle, this works a little bit different than Moodle, so I'm trying some different things. So I'm trying this out. We'll see how it goes. So how it'll work is that the cutoff date that I've set for every assignment except for the final, because the final is due after the December the 1st, and there won't be any, I can't take any of those late. December of the 1st is going to be the absolute last day that you can turn in anything. So if you miss an assignment, it will remain open until December the 1st, and a lot of things can be auto-graded. But this missing work form is where you will post if you completed something that I need to look at. So if it's an assignment, those you get like complete, incomplete. You're going to get like a check mark, so I don't need to look at it. But if it's anything like a quiz or a test that you completed late, I do need to look at it. So you'll need to post here and let me know you made it up late so I know to go back in and look at it. If you don't post here, you're going to get the grade that the computer automatically gives to you. Because there may be some times where you could write in a number, but like you could write the number 10, but if you wrote out TEN, that's also correct, but the computer counted it wrong. That's something that I would go in and give you back credit for. Also, any oral or writing assignments, obviously, I would need to look at. So anything that requires me to look at it, you would need to post in that missing work form, or either I won't look at it or you're just going to get the grade the computer gives you. And I want to talk about this too, but let me talk about everything else first. So, and this deals with my language lab. So let's see if I changed it already. Yeah. Okay. So let me come back to that. Just remember this video tells you how to set up those notifications, because like I said, your announcements don't automatically get pushed to your email. So you're going to need to do that. And this video will tell you how. And then there's my contact information. Okay, so let me go back to this. If you've had this class before, we are doing the 1-day access for Pearson. So in the past, like everybody had to have like an access code in order to set themselves up in Pearson. They do not anymore. So everybody has access day one. So to get access to Pearson, which is basically going to have your book and like additional resources that you can use. I'm not going to put assignments there. Other teachers will, but I put all of my assignments in Canvas, but you do need to access the book. So you'll just click here and it is going to take you to this place. You're going to then need to click Launch Courseware. When you click on Launch Courseware, you will then click on Opening, click on that button, and then it should take you to a screen that looks like this. Now, the very first time, it's not going to take you, and it's a little slow populating. It's not going to take you to the screen. It's going to take you to a screen that asks you to log in or to set up your account. And if you go back to this page where it says how to set yourself up in my language labs, and I need to remove this does that. This video will tell you, it'll walk you through and you'll be able to see what it looks like the very first time you log in. But once you've set up your account or logged in with any Pearson account you have, you'll always just click, and let me get back out of this. You'll always just click that little book right there and then Launch Courseware, and then the Open My Lab and Mastering, and then you'll be where you need to be. And again, this right here, this is your e-text that you'll open up, and then you can do, there's various course materials that you can pull up and use, like if we're in chapter 1, you can click on chapter 1, and then there's like learning tools and apps and video resources. So you might want to use some of these various practice things that they have, like various grammar learning tool activities that they have. So you could do any of those to help you practice more. And so then now, that aside, that's how you can get to the book. Now, how do you complete activities for me? Okay, there is, you could go to the course schedule. You could click on the week, and then you're going to see what we're supposed to do and the assignments, and there's going to be links to the assignments right here. Okay. Now, however, I think the easiest thing to do is to, once you understand how the class works, like you're good, you know where everything is that you need, open this little 3-bar thing and scroll down to modules, okay? And you're going to want to start like each module apart from the first two that say start here and SLOs, which you can look at that stuff too, is going to be labeled week 1, week 2, etc. So you will go into week 1 and you will click on that overview page, and what you're going to see there is that page that I told you about. And rather than click on anything, you can click next. This is going to take you to those verify your enrollment, and then the academic integrity quiz, which you guys are used to from Moodle, but you just can keep hitting next after you complete an assignment, and it's going to take you on to the next assignment. Also, I have these little videos, these short videos that tell you how to complete the assignment. I would watch those because really, when you click begin and you take the assignment, you actually have to hit return to get back to the screen where you can hit next. And if you ever lose your way, you can still go back into modules and figure out where you were. But you can just keep going through them and you'll know you're done, because when you get to the last one, which I'm not on the last one, it's going to have a stop button. I mean, not a stop button, but a stop page. So I think there was 5 for this week. There. So you'll know you're done with the week's worth of work when you get to a page that says stop. And then another way that you can tell is by going, again, when you click on these little 3 buttons and you go down to grades, everything for the first week is due on the 18th. So you'll know if you're done with the week's work by looking at these due dates that say August the 18th. You should see points over here. So if you have no points in the score column, then you're missing that assignment. And it might even say like missing, late, etc. Okay. So that's what I would suggest. Go into modules, pick the week that you want to work, that you're working on, do all the work, go back to grades and check your work. And I think that's pretty much it. And if you've got any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me.